Rav Shimshon Chaim Nachmani. זכותו יגן עלינו.
וגם מרוסה בן פחור.
וגם מרוסה
בת פחור.
מזל טוב בת פועל. מזל טוב מרוסה בת פועל. רוח השם תניחנה בגן עדן. We say Zera Shimshon, he was a big tzaddik and big Talmid Chacham. Close to 300 years ago, he printed out the book and we're enjoying today. In 3 weeks, we'll be completing of the 5th year of learning Zera Shimshon. In 4 weeks, we'll start the 6th year, Zera Shimshon. And by Baruch Hashem, we see a lot of miracles from learning this Sefer. We grow a lot in Torah, in mitzvot. I see people who start learning with us on the first shiur. Today, half of them learning in big yeshivot. Those kids that were sitting by the table, half of them learning in big yeshivot. The other half, they're learning in yeshivot. Day and night, they learn Torah. We see the zechut of Zera Shimshon helps. These kids should become Gedolei Ador. I want to say special thank you to Yadgarov brothers, Mr. Nisan Yadgarov and Elisha Yadgarov. They are doing everything today to make their grandfather's neshama aliyah mala mala. Thank you. I want to say thank you to your mother for raising you, to your father for raising you, to your uncles, to your grandparents, that you today who you are because of them. And HaShem should give you bracha, tzlacha, parnasat Torah to you, to your brother Elisha. Thank you for doing a lot and everything in Sha'arei, Eliyahu. Okay. Now we need to begin. Parashat Shoftim talks about judges, talks about how judge should be proper, how judge should be fair. He cannot listen to Lashon Hara. He cannot accept Lashon Hara. He cannot speak Lashon Hara. He cannot accept bribes. He should be a true judge. And regarding this judge, Seforim HaKedoshim say, Im yesh din lemata, en din lemala. If there is judgment in the earth, there's no judgment in Shammai. Means if you make teshuvah in the ground, in Shammai, those Shammai people, they don't judge you. HaShem says he judged himself. Nichtavim v'nechtamim lechaim is being written and sealed in the book of life. Be careful. Okay. Before we continue, I need to give you introduction. David HaMelech went to war. When he was coming from the war, when he was going to the war, came to him a man by the name Tziva. And Tziva told him regarding the field that belonged to him and to me Mephibosheth. So when David HaMelech returned from the war, Mephibosheth, grandson of Shaul, greeted David HaMelech and said, King, I prayed for you to come home back safely. Tell me, what should I do regarding the field that belongs to me? David HaMelech told him, you have to take the field and split with Tziva half and half, 50-50. So half of the field belongs to you, half of the field belongs to him. Now, with this introduction, we could start Zera Shimshon. Everyone, please be seated. We're starting important shiur and it's for everyone. You will enjoy the shiur. The shiur as Zera Shimshon, I feel, Ruach HaKodesh, he speaks everything to the proper moment. Now is the time to do tshuva. The best to tshuva is to do is from the mouth. Lashon hara. Thank you. Now let's start. Shabbat Perek Hey. Gemara Shabbat. Chapter 5 in the page 56b. Gemara says, Ani amarti matai tavo beshalom. Mifiboshet, he was, by the way, Gemara, exactly. Gemara Brachot said Mifiboshet was his rabbi. He was teaching in Torah, even though he didn't teach him a lot. Someone teaches you one halakha that you don't know, it's an obligation to call him rabbi. So David HaMelech called him all the time Rebbe. Mephibosheth's name was Ishbosheth. He was embarrassing David HaMelech left and right in public. But David HaMelech, he was quiet. Torah says, when your rabbi embarrasses you and you sit quiet, you will marry to have child who is going to be bigger than this rabbi. So Mephibosheth was embarrassing David HaMelech, and David HaMelech says, I'm not embarrassed because I know whatever he's doing to me now, something good will come out of it. And David HaMelech had son by the name Daniel, but his nickname was Kilav. Kilav means maybe. You see, we have big people in this studio. Thank you. Kilav from the word Caleb. Caleb is dog. Kilav would bark out on Mephibosheth when Mephibosheth would make mistake in halacha. When David HaMelech saw that, he said, Chacham beni, semach libi gam ani. He said, when I see that my son is genius in Torah, he didn't say my son is rich, my son is expensive car, expensive watch, expensive house, expensive this. He said, my son is big in Torah. I'm happy and my heart is happy. Ismach libi, my heart is happy. The true happiness is when you control your heart to love Torah. And David HaMelech said, my heart is happy and I am happy. Why? Because my son is going stronger than my rabbi. Why he became stronger than his rabbi? Because David HaMelech did not answer to his rabbi when his rabbi embarrassed him. Now let's go. It doesn't mean any rabbi should be embarrassing left and right with students. Just if he did once, students should hold himself quiet because his son will be bigger than his rabbi. Okay. Now, if Mephibosheth said to David HaMelech, Ani amarti, let's start Zera Shimshon l'kitzai. I said, Matai tavo beshalom. You, David HaMelech, when you will come back from the war in peace, and you tell me that I should split my land, my field, with Tziva? I don't understand. Tell me one thing. Tell me one thing. David HaMelech is in the war. Something wrong, he's dead. Mephibosheth prays for him. HaShem, bring him back in peace. Please, I pray for you. Bring him back in peace. So now he came back. So he said, hi, David HaMelech, I prayed for you to come back safely. Now you came back. What should I do with my field? I want to hear that you tell me, keep your field yourself. David HaMelech said, no. Split with Tziva, half and half. He said, what? Ani amarti matai tavo beshalom. I said, I pray that when you're going to come back in peace home, and you do this to me, that you want to split my field in half. Look at these strong words. I don't have complaints against you, David HaMelech, says Mephibosheth. Ela al mi sheviachal shalom. I have complaints. I have complaints against you. I am against.
Kevin.
I am against your creator who returned you back life in peace. I've complained against HaShem that he brought you back life. Stop for a second, stop. David HaMelech, author of Tehillim, went to war. You shouldn't pray for him? Huh? You shouldn't pray for him to come back safely? Who cares about your field? Okay, he came home. HaShem, I am against you. Why? Why did you bring him back? Life and safe. Tell me, what do you call like this person? Rasha, right? No? Yeah. How do you call it? Soneh.
Something.
Huh? Soneh. Person who hates, chutzpan, nagli, enemy. Tell me, Mephibosheth is allowed to speak like this? So why he said that? Look how you had Mephibosheth, but really it was wrong. Look at the viewpoint in the end. Look inside. Yatzta bat kol. From heaven came out was today. I learned from Rabbi Michael Mansour. Today was Chazak event on the Kollel that they opened. HaShem should give them bracha v'atzlacha. I'm very happy for the Kollel in the Bukharian community. Opened up. There were 12 avrechim, I heard. Big step. I wish they should become Gedolei Ador. And this 12 should become 12,000 and 120,000 and 1.2 million within 5 years. So I want to tell you, I was there today. Rabbi Michael Mansour spoke. This is the same guy who opened Kollel in Bet Gabriel close to 18, 17 years ago. This is what I was teaching 18, 17 years ago. And Rabbi Michael Mansour said something beautiful. He said, what means bat kol? Tell me, what means bat kol?
Heavenly voice.
Heavenly voice, right? But you know what bat kol means? The Zohar says, kol is so strong, voice of heaven. If voice of heaven comes on the ground will be burning. So HaShem takes his voice and he hits on something. So the whole power goes there, but small echo goes here. Like a one spark out of strong fire. So that is bat kol. Bat kol. But really, I heard today something new. Bat kol means when HaShem cries. Wow. Sad, something terrible happening here. So bat kol came out and said, what? You, Mephibosheth, spoke like this about David HaMelech. Yatzta bat kol v'amra lo natza bar natza. You know natza means? Janjoli. How do you call this in English? Quarrel? No. Instigator. No, the one fighter. Fight. How? Fighter. The one who likes fighting too much.
Complainers.
Guys. Drachun. How do you say in English?
Fighter.
Fighter, son of a fighter. Troublemaker. Instigator. So Gemara. HaShem said, you are a fighter. The son of a fighter. Excuse me? His father was not a fighter. So what do you mean fighter? Actually, this means janganos. I said janganos in English? Instigator. Instigator, the son of the instigator. So what does that mean? Natzah Hadamran, you are instigator, that you making problems against HaShem to kill who? To kill who? To kill David HaMelech. That's instigator number one. That's him, Mephibosheth. Bar Natzah, son of the instigator. Who is that? Dichtiv. Vayavo Shaul ad ir Amalek vayarev banachal. And who is the son? And who is his father? That instigator? Really not father, grandfather. Who is that? Shaul HaMelech. HaShem said, Shaul, go kill all the Amalekite. Man, woman, children, animals. He said, HaShem, I have something against you. Hashem said, what? If two cities had one guest, they did not take care of the guest. Guest died in the middle of the two cities. What do? A glarufa, you bring a cap, and you decapitate the head. So he said, if one person died, you have to take a cap and decapitate. He only killed the whole city of Amalekim. Hashem, how can you do this? Isn't this bigger sin? Hashem said, Janganos, I told you to kill them. What do you bring in a case to save their life? If I say, do it. But you know, there's a different problem with Shaul HaMelech. What did Hashem remind him when he said that? Not to kill the city of Amalek. What did Hashem remind him? Huh? You have to remember.
Oh, but he killed the Kohanim.
Come on. The city of Kohanim, here. No, in a Kohanim, the city of Kohanim, you kill. Here, you're not Chassid. One kid would not remain, we would have Kohanim. What was that kid's name? Jeviasar. I'm sorry. Eviatar. I'm sorry. You know, if I don't make joke, you fall asleep, guys. Eviatar kid ran. You have Kohanim here. All the Kohanim from this one kid came out. Eviatar. I'm sorry, I jumped on you, Mr. Aaron.
Oh, you're right.
You the Kohen Gadol in the shul. You the Kohen Gadol in the shul.
The boy killed the Kohanim. He gave the permission. No Jew left the hand and killed the Kohanim. It was the boy, his general, that killed him. He gave the order.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, but I'll tell you one rule. If you want to repeat after me, if you know, it's fine. Huh? How are you gonna say God cannot be shalom? I'll give you a different rule. Different rule is, it says, En shaliach lidvar avera. To do the sin, there's no such thing messenger. Messenger should have his own brain. You understand? He is guilty, and he's guilty. Okay, but you're right. Let's go further, guys. Let's go further. Today we walk out. It's going good. It's going good. We need to get this to the bottom. So deep. I'll tell you, 1,000 Yeshuos that you do, it's good. 500 people talk about the niftar, it's very good. But real stuff, when you learn Torah, when you learn to the deep, you understand what the situation here. How can if you bosh a Talmid Chacham say to Hashem, Hashem, I promise against you. Why don't you come back life? What is he saying? How can you have such a mouth to speak like this? Or could be he was worried about certain sin. Maybe there's certain sin here. Sin. Okay, we'll talk about it. But I'll tell you one more thing. This learning is true learning. You come, you put yourself in the picture. If you would be there, would you speak like this to Hashem? Hashem, this guy did this to me. Why is he still around? Can you speak like this? Or what if somebody speaks about you like this? You cry, you say, hey, sir, why you don't want me to be around? What I did wrong? Or maybe he's suspicious about something you did. And if you really sin, let's say I'm in the middle of sin. Why is he still came back alive? Do you know sometimes maybe you might be a mistake. You might make a mistake sometimes. And you deserve to die, chas v'shalom. But you know, maybe from you will come out good child, grandchild, or great-grandchild. Because of that grandchild, you are alive. And for this, you have to be thankful. I'll tell you, I got phone calls. I get phone calls every day, 20 times maybe. I got a phone call recently saying, Rabbi, what is this? Government gave money for yeshiva. I want to apply, they don't give money. Deadline is over. And he started crying over the phone. That's such a long mail, no. I understand him. Because sometimes it's very hard to pay. Okay? People tell me, Rabbi, in Yeshua, try to collect for my family. Sometimes people tell me this. And I understand it. It's really a lot of money. People have 3-4 kids to pay for, they're done. 2 times, 3 times mortgage comes out every month. But I told him one thing, he liked it. I said, do you know, sometimes we don't deserve to leave. We don't deserve to leave. HaShem says, my friend, time is up. But because you have to pay for a child's yeshiva, I'll let you leave. I'll let you leave. I'll let you leave. Can I tell you something? Long time ago, I had very big heart. I was always thinking, why HaShem wants me to leave? Maybe to open shul, and maybe to bring some souls closer to HaShem. Maybe for different reasons. She's worried about her. But I'll tell you one thing. We don't know nothing. If we have children in yeshiva, that is our long life. Let's go on. ויבוא שאול עד עיר עמלק וירא ברך. But for those who are not married, I'll tell you one thing. You want to live long, you must get married. Do you want to live long, you must get married. Guys, I don't want to tell you vaccine, what it does, what it doesn't. I'm not a doctor. But I'll tell you one thing. Before you're forced to get that vaccine, try to get married. Stop being picky. Sometimes too picky is too late. You have opportunity to get married, stop being picky. You're not that smart, you're not that beautiful. They're smarter than you people, they're more beautiful than you people. Be practical. You see a person you could talk to, a boy, a girl, go on. My parents, they went out 2 times, 3rd time they get married. Baruch HaShem. Don't be too smart. When you're too smart, you depend on yourself. That's when you get in trouble. You got to learn to depend on him. When you depend on him, you are protected. You have good insurance behind you. You have a big life insurance that covers both lives. And Shaul came to the city of Amalek and he was arguing with HaShem regarding Nachal. What's Nachal? Decapitating cow that you have to take his head off on the ground, which is doesn't produce fruits. Mama Rabbi Mari. And Rabbi Mari said, Aliske Nachal. They fought regarding the decapitating cow. Adkan. Makshiva Olam, Ma Hashivato. But call למפיבושת, ממה ששאול לא רצה להחריד כל זרע עמלק. I don't understand what Bat Kol saying to Mephibosheth. You, Janganos, instigator, sons of instigator. What's the answer to him? Because Shaul did something, I don't understand what he did. What's the connection? Mephibosheth, grandson, that has to do with a grandfather. Another question, Sha'amar, Gam et hakol yikach. You know what Mephibosheth said? When David HaMelech said, you know what? You and Tziva make 50-50 the land. He said, you know what? Fine, Mephibosheth says. Let him have the whole thing. Stop. You partners in a business with somebody. You fought. You come to me, I say, you know what? Have and have. He says, fine. You say have, I'll give you the whole thing. What do you mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Why would you say something to lose everything? When Mephibosheth has this problem, when David HaMelech comes peaceful to his house. Oh, you came peaceful to your house? Now I have problems against HaShem. Why you came home back live? In the middle of the street, he didn't say a word. When he comes to his house, then he has complaints against HaShem. Why? מה הטעם הוא זה? להפסיד נכסיו בשביל שהמלך חזר בשלום? I don't understand. You want to lose all your property because King Ham came back home life? אדרבה, וזה נותן מקום ללשון הרע של ציווה עבדו. This gives place for complaint. And a ציווה, servant of David HaMelech, for speaking lashon hara. Stop. Now we have a little bit glimpse of what's going on. Mephibosheth fell. David HaMelech heard lashon hara. From who? From Tiva, about the land. And David HaMelech believed. Stop. Why did you listen to lashon hara? If you listen to lashon hara, how can it be you came back home safe life? Person who listens to lashon hara dies in the war. How came back home live? You understand what's going on? Yeah. Now everything is getting clear. So was David HaMelech sinner? Was he not sinner? If he was sinner, I came back home live. If he's not sinner, I understand he came back home live. So now look at the beauty of our Torah. Let's look inside. V'yesh lomar. And the answer is, it says in Yerushalayim Pe'ah Aleph Aleph, Doro shel Achav al yedei shelo hayu ba'em dal torin, hayu yotzim lemilchama v'notzchin. The generation of Achav, King Achav, people went to war, they came back home safely, nobody died. They won the war. Every war they went, they won. Why? Because no one spoke lashon hara. דורו של דוד, על ידי שהיו בהם דלתורין, היו יוצאים למלחמה ונופלים. דלתורין, people who speak לשון הרע. snitch. סטוקת, same thing. Same thing. People from the army of David HaMelech, they went to war, they died there. A lot of them died. Why? Because they used to be speaking לשון הרע. וידוע שהלשון הרע עובר עליו בין האומרו ובין המקבלו. לשון הרע works for people who say it and people who accept it. So 1 second, you had problems about David HaMelech. Why did you accept לשון הרע from ציווה? Why did you accept לשון הרע? והואיל שדוד קיבל הלשון הרע, since David HaMelech accepted from ציווה לשון הרע, מוכרח לומר שלא היה חמור לפניו איסור זה. So maybe if David HaMelech listened לשון הרע, he was not so scared of such a being strict sin of לשון הרע to him. וציווה שאמרו, that ציווה spoke to him, שמע מינא, שהיה בעל לשון הרע. ציווה who spoke to him, so he was the guy who speaks לשון הרע. Since Tiva is person who speaks lashon hara, David lo haya choshesh leisur, and David HaMelech doesn't care about the strictness of the sin of lashon hara. Hayam lipol b'milchama, so he should die in the war. Ve'od sheba'ale lashon hara hem son'im halashon hashalom. Sorry, person who speaks lashon hara, he hates peace. He can't see two people who respect each other. He can't see people love each other. He can't see. He used to comment war. Him against him. That's his fun. Oh, he's having fun now. Kedemuchach mi mizmor, as we learned it from Mizmor Tehillim, Mizmor chapter 120, right before the Shir Lamalot. Shir is 21, yeah? 121. Right after the big one, 119, comes 120. What it says over there? El HaShem, this is my song to HaShem, Betzarata li, when I have tzara, difficulty, suffering, shemedaber neged mesabdei lashon hara. David HaMelech spoke this Tehillim for those who speak lashon hara. I'll tell you one thing. Shur is good. Everybody's learning. Very good. Perfect. If you want this shur to be effective, tomorrow, from 1 to 1:30, say 30 minutes, I'm not speaking Lashon Hara, I'm not picking up my phone. You want to feel Elul? You want to feel Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur? This is the way. Not to hear good shur and live, continue lifestyle back. No. Stop your phone for 30 minutes. I would be even thankful for somebody text tomorrow 1 o'clock. Guys, shut off the phone for 30 minutes. No Lashon Hara for 30 minutes. No Sha'arei. From 1 to 1:30. Let's do this. I will be thankful to that person. כדכתיב, Hashem hatzile nafshi misfat sheker milashon rimiya. Hashem, save my soul from the mouth, from the lips that speaks sheker lie, and trickery words, trickery tongue. Rabat shachna la nafshi. My soul rested many times in soneh shalom. For those who hate peace, ani shalom v'chi adaber. I am peaceful, David HaMelech says, and I will speak. But those to the war means they hate peace. ובכאן דוד היה חוזר מן המלחמה עם אבשלום. And here David HaMelech was coming back from the war with Avshalom. והיה מבקש שכל ישראל ישלימו עמו. David HaMelech wanted to make peace with everyone. ולהיות בשלום עמהם. He wants to have peace with everybody. Like, peace, shalom, shalom, shalom with everybody. בציווה הבא, לקראתו עם שימי. David HaMelech coming back from war, him here, Avshalom here, and comes Avshalom, Tziva comes with Shimi ben Gera. Rosh lechol bet Israel, כנראה משפט הכתובים. So Shimi was one of the biggest of Gadol Ador. So Tziva come with him and he told him those stories. David HaMelech heard it, he comes home, and he says to Mephibosheth, split field into half and half. V'im ken, Amar Mephibosheth. So if so, now Mephibosheth said, what? You heard from Lashon Hara now? Now what? How are you going to accept? How are you going to do this? Mephibosheth says, since this generation, we have people who speak Lashon Hara, וגם אתה שקיבלתו, and you, David HaMelech, accepted לשון הרע, שמע אמינא, שלא היית חושש לאיסור זה. So it means you don't care about לשון הרע. You speak, you take, you speak, you take, you take, so you have no problem with לשון הרע. אני תמה איך ניצולת מלחמה. So this is 1 second, I'm wondering, how did you survive the war? If you speak לשון הרע, take לשון הרע, give the war, how did you survive the war? ועוד, חזרת בשלום עם כל בית ישראל לביתך. With all the peace, you come home to your house. How is it possible? If you speak Lashon Hara, you accept Lashon Hara, how did you come home back? I have nothing against you, David HaMelech. Continue who you are. I have problems with him. Why HaShem didn't get you perished? Zeu siman lecha shema shekibalta eno Lashon Hara. So 1 second, maybe this is what you heard from Tziva. It's not Lashon Hara. Therefore, you came back home live. Ela divrei emet. Maybe it's true. V'araya shechazarte b'shalom el betecha. What's the proof that you came back home live? If you came back home live, means whatever you heard is true. והואיל שיש לך ראיה זו, שמן השמיים נתנו לך מקום לטעות. And the proof is that from Shamayim they gave you place to make a mistake. Gam et hakol yikach. If like this, then you know what? If you came back home live, that's not Lashon Hara, happened, take the whole field from me. Then it's not Lashon Hara. From Shamayim, they let you make this mistake, take the whole field from me. Sha'arei im ha'emet kidvarav adin imach. If whatever you say it's true, the judgment is with you, I don't deserve my field, take it away. Look how Shimi ben Mephibosheth looks at the situation here. Looks like, oh, he's biggest Rasha, oh, he's biggest Tzaddik. If you're right, then I don't deserve my field. Take it. Shani nikra mored b'malchut. Why? Because once I go against you, king, means what? I am going against the king. What's the law with that case? Mored b'malchut. Chayav itam. Person goes rebellious against the king, is to get killed. And liklum, and I don't deserve nothing. Therefore, take everything. After the king came home peacefully to his house. You, David, I have nothing against. But to HaShem, I have against. HaShem knows it's Lashon Hara. And the punishment of Lashon Hara, you shouldn't come home safely. Why Hashem brought you back in peace? Then voice came out from Shamayim saying, you a quarrel, son of a quarrel. Janganos, son of Janganos. Kelomar, יש להשיב על תערומת זו של מפיבושת.
He was Janganus.
From Shamayim came out voice
He was.
that David HaMelech shouldn't make a mistake thinking that Mephibosheth is the big tzaddik. He's a Janganos. He's a quarrel, son of a quarrel. Why? The Dilma Mashe Chazak Kadosh Baruch Hu al David, v'lo amito b'milchama, since Hashem did not let David HaMelech die in the war, או בדרך כמו שהיה עונש של בעלי לשון הרע, או בדרך כמו שהיה העונש של בעלי לשון הרע, on the way for those who sin with לשון הרע, Hashem didn't get him killed, לא היה אלא משום שעתיד לצאת ממנו איזה דבר טוב. Maybe something good will come out of David HaMelech. This is why Hashem didn't let him kill in the war. או יעשה איזה דבר טוב בישראל, or maybe he's going to do something good to Jewish nation. שהקדוש ברוך הוא אינו ממית את הרשעים. Take him. If person does sin, he's considered רשע at that moment. Hashem doesn't get him killed right away. ומיד שחטאו, אלא מבטל להם. Not when they sin right away, but Hashem gives them chance. או מפני תיקון העולם. Hashem didn't get him killed, maybe because of תיקון העולם. או מפני שעתיד לצאת מהם איזו דבר טוב. Or maybe something good will come out of them. כי תשכחן בשני אומות, שחזק הקדוש ברוך הוא עליהם בשביל שתי פרדות טובות. One second. When Jewish nation came out from Egypt, they were in the desert, right? They were in the desert. Two nations did not accept them to their fields. What was that? Ammon and Moab. Really? Hashem should have sent one nice thunderstorm and wiped them all out. Why Hashem didn't kill them all? Because of two nice birds. Who are the birds?
Naomi, Ruth.
Ruth
And
and Ruth and yes, Ruth HaMoaviyah and Naomi HaAmmonite. It's different now.
different.
She was from Ammon and Ruth was from Moab. So these two nations had come out from them two women. And look, if Hashem will wipe them out, we would never have Mashiach. David HaMelech comes out from Ruth. Okay.
Trust in God's plan.
And Hashem did show it says in Ketuvot. And also it says in Gemara Baba Kama page 38b. ואם כן, מפיבושת היה לו להתיישב בדעתו בסברה זו ולא להיות קונת הגל. So Mephibosheth should have understand it and shouldn't have continued further. But what it meant, ויותר קשה, ששאול אבי אבי, Shaul his grandfather, כשנסתיו להרוג את עמלק, when he was commanded to kill the Amalekim, עשה קושי ההפך זה. He did opposite, not why Hashem didn't get you killed, David HaMelech, but he did opposite. What's opposite? Why do you have to kill Amalekim? Let Amalekim leave. He goes against Hashem. Here, he goes against Hashem. Why Hashem let you leave? Over there, Shaul goes against Hashem. Why Hashem lets them kill? You understand? Either way, you go against Hashem. So a person called Janganos when he goes against Hashem. Against what Hashem commanded. Hashem commanded one thing. How can you go against? Uma imal nefesh echad. Amra Torah. Have egla arufa banachal. If to kill, God forbid, you're not accepting to your house as a guest, and you let somebody die in the middle of the desert, you have to bring a decapitated cow on the ground that nothing grows for one person. And explains Gemara over there. It says in Gemara, Sota page 46a. Tavo mi shelo. Now look at what it says. Maybe this man who died in the middle of the two fields, he could have get married, he could have children, right? But he didn't, so he died without no fruits. So now Gemara says, Tavo mi shelo asta perot. Bring cow that didn't have children. Cut his head off, decapitate in the place where there's no fruits growing. Lechaper al mi shelo hinichu la'asot perot, to clean the sins for those who they caused not to have more children, not to have children. That person. Kol hanefashot halalu al achad kama v'kama. So all this, he says, for one person you have to bring a cow. Here telling me Amalekim to kill. How much more they could have children, grandchildren, good people they're gonna be. Shaul says to Hashem, don't you think Hashem saw the future that they're not gonna be good kids? Why you Shaul going against Hashem? Well, Hashem didn't see the future. You smarter than Hashem? Impossible from Amalek comes out something good. And can Shaul Mephibosheth hitla'amu ala Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shaul and Mephibosheth, they quarreled, questioned against Hashem. Bisvarot hafuchot, with the opposite thinking. She'im taromet shel acher, who taromet, if let's say they're both opposites, right? Shaul opposite and Mephibosheth opposite. So if you say on one of them opposite, then the second one is right. Right or wrong? If I say plus, you say minus, one of us is wrong, right? I would think one is wrong, second is right. But it says over here, Tar omed hasheni en tar omed. But here, when you are one of them right or wrong, when they have proper intentions not to argue, they just have their own opinions. But when you have intention to go against either one, you're wrong. Vezeu natsa bar natsa. Therefore, Hashem said, you quarrel, son of a quarrel. By emet who? Shesham ba'amalek galu yaya lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu she'eno atid latzed. But the truth is, Hashem saw in Amalekim, from them good will not come out. What, you forgot just recently what Hitler did? You forgot what Ben Laden did? You forgot what Saddam Hussein did? These are the children of Amalekim. Khmelnytsky, what was that name? Bogdan Khmelnytsky, right? You forgot what he did? Takhtar, what's that called? Takhtar? Это год, который он их убил. Миллионами ашкеназов евреев он убил. Богдан Хмельницкий. Это 500 лет назад. Да. שאין עתיד לצאת מהם דבר טוב. וכאן, בדוד היה אדרבה להפך. But David HaMelech's case was totally opposite. Totally opposite. From David HaMelech is coming out good. And there is no Lashon Hara. And there is no Jangalozim. Hashem doesn't accept. What I want to tell you guys, I want to tell you about this. We are in very smart generation times. Even though we're very smart, anytime we do steps, it's proper to ask Rabbanim what to do. When sometimes we do calculations, we're not always right with our calculations. But when a person follows the proper guidance, then he starts to learn how to think straight. Mephibosheth thought he was thinking straight. Shaul HaMelech thought he was thinking straight. Until voice comes out, even though we don't follow the voice of Shammai, that the Gemara shows us proof. Zera Shimshon shows us proof how they were crooked thoughts. We need proper thinking. Proper thinking, sometimes you show us like Hasid, but you're making big mistakes. You go and you speak to Talmid Chacham to get proper step in life. And that is what's missing in this generation. Hashem should help us to learn and grow. Я хотел бы 2 минуты закончить на русском, потому что 23 года назад, когда я учился алахот шхита, с нами вместе за столом учился Муло Мошах Ядгаров. И Муло Мошах Ядгаров, когда с нами учился вместе, он задавал вопросы, ответы на соцзаконы шхита. Он знал Тору хорошо, еще с самого детства в Союзе учился, там, где нельзя было. Я помню, в синагоге Бет Гавриэля они сидели на первом ряду, я сидел на третьем. Он читал с книгу Шa'arei ивритские книги. Он не читал с русских книг. Он знал читать на иврите. Каждый его ребенок должен подумать. Каждый внуки, правнуки должны только читать на иврите. Почему? Потому что дедушка думал, там нельзя было учиться. Сегодня мы можем учиться это все. Мы не имеем этого пропустить. HaShem, что нам помог учиться и расти, пошли Барух Адонай Леолам. Амин, амин, и биханане, и бенекашир, амин. Рацай Кадош Барух Hu,